Another one she didn't kill it with was The Big Four. It was really bad, and I don't remember it being offensive, but I'm still going to put it in literally jail because for writing this, and I found out, I thought that this was written later in her career, but it wasn't. Literally jail just for thinking of that, like what was going on with her brain. Like, and the publishers, they published this. You mean to tell me that so many great people aren't being published? But this one was, like, tell me why, please. Next one is The Body in the Library, which, it's hard. I wanted to say minor slay, but I think in the end it might just be mid because I just watched the movie adaptation of it. It's a Marple mystery, and I wasn't that convinced with it. It might have just been the actors, although I think they did quite a good job. Now that I'm talking about the Agatha Christie series, does anybody else think it's so funny that the BBC has like 10 actors they use for everything? I've really seen people in there. I've seen Mark Gatiss in a Father Brown episode, which gave me whiplash to no extent. Then I saw May from Peaky Blinders in an Agatha Christie episode. I think it was The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side, where she's the photographer. There's so many people in there. And also from Downton Abbey, the main boy the castle belongs to. What is he called again? But you know who I mean. He was also in one of the Christie ones. I have The Hollow, and I remember liking this, but also thinking it was really sad. So for that reason alone, because it's a kind of a different tone, I'm going to put it into minor slay. I always think it's so interesting when in the beginning there's one clear suspect and you're like, oh, it can't be them. And also Poirot's like, no, it's not them. And in the end, it is them. It's what she also did with the mysterious affair at Styles, which I'm also going to rank later. I always think it's really great because you have all those clues that it's the person, but you're just like, no, this is a book. It can't be this person. Yeah, I always think that's funny. I know that I gave another book a worse rating because I thought it was too depressing. But yeah, I didn't say I was forming coherent thoughts here or that this was a professional ranking system. Again, this is just vibes. The next one is The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side, which I just spoke about. And this one is also a mid one. I think the acting in this one was really good and I really enjoyed it, and it really brought some of the characters to life. Maybe because I have a crush on May from Peaky Blinders, but who could ever tell? The next one, which is I have to see, The Moving Hand. In Germany it's like The Shadow Hand, was pretty good. I think it's a minor say, and it's another Miss Marple. Like, Miss Marple is really fighting for her life in here. No, that's not what it means. Fighting for her life would be bad, right? She's really killing it. One could say that she's killing it in here. That's good for her reputation in my household. Next up, I think you've heard me talk about this one to an extent. It's The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. In Germany it's also Alibi. It's really good, it's amazing, I loved it, show-stopping. It's everything Endless Night wanted to be, but really wasn't. Next up, what do we have here? Oh, it's The Mysterious Affair at Styles. I think this is also a She Killed It. Agatha Christie girl, you're really going here. The next one is The Mystery of the Blue Train. I also remember liking this one, but I don't know if it belongs into the She Killed It category. It's really bugging me that this isn't the same size as the others. What do we mean? So, no, we got it, I think. It's hard. I think I'm gonna put it into She Killed It, and you know why? First of all, because only my rules apply here. And also because this was the first Agatha Christie mystery where I knew who the murderer was. And I think it was actually pretty easy to know because there was one red herring in there that only 2 people could have been it. And one person was like the love interest of someone. And someone is saying something like, ooh, they are so dangerous, and it's framed like people are saying it about the other person, not the love interest, who is the main suspect. But yeah, from that I knew that the love interest did it, because yeah, this was a very Agatha Christie-like red herring. And I think if you read a lot of her books, you can spot them. You pretty much always know when there's red herrings. That doesn't mean that this helps you a lot, because you still don't know in which sense it is a red herring. But I knew who the murderer was, and I was very proud of myself for that one. The next is the Tuesday Murder Club, which inspired the title of one of my favorite series, the Thursday Murder Club. So at least it has that going for it. But I also know that it's short stories, and all the short stories I've ever read of Agatha Christie are pretty mid, because they just don't seem fully fleshed out. The ending always gives me whiplash, because it's like, what the fuck happened? There should have been like 200 more pages explaining why this happened, and there's not enough suspects in there to make it interesting. It's always like kind of shitty, I just have to say. So that's why I'm just going to put it into mid. So the secret adversary is the story where I fell in love with Tommy and Tuppence. Is it a good one? I can't say it is. It's also a spy mystery, but the characters really saved that one. So I'm gonna be real and no, but it was better than N or M. So I guess it's a minor slay, but it's a minor character slay. Next up, oh, this is a juicy one. It's And Then There Were None. And I know for a fact that many people like this one the best. Many people say this is their favorite Agatha Christie murder mystery. And to those people I would like to say, you are wrong. It's your opinion, but you are so wrong. The other thing I will have to say is that probably if you like And Then There Were None, which to me is unlike, it's like not Agatha Christie core. You know what I mean? There's the special settings and the vibe and the atmosphere that a typical Christie novel brings that this doesn't bring. This is more of a thriller, and I'm not afraid to say that it gave me nightmares. So I'm actually going to put this one into She Killed It. I thought the ending was also so stupid. Really, it was just some guy who wanted to bring justice because he knew everyone there did a bad thing. Like, newsflash, if you do those things, you are so much worse than all of the people there. I actually watched And Then There Were None movie lately, and there were attractive actors in there, and that's all I remember about it. No, many people are going to riot for that, but do it, I dare you. Next up is Death on the Nile, which is another one that the movies fucking ruined for me. I've actually read this one before, which saves it from going into the bottom tiers, because again, oh, it's Kenneth, isn't it? It's Kenneth Branagh. Literally, stop playing Poirot. I've also seen the trailer for the Venice thing, and I mean, I'm going to see it because I love going to the cinema, but am I going to hate it? Probably, maybe, because usually when I'm in the cinema, I love every movie, but I think that's not going to happen with that one. What are they trying to do? I don't even know what the book would be for that. I really have no idea. And why are they doing it like a cheap horror film? Like, explain to me what your vision is, because maybe I'm blind, I just can't see it. We're talking about Death on the Nile right now, and I think it... I mean, I do actually kind of like it, because I also like the setting on this like cruise ship. Yeah, I'm gonna put it into minor slay. And yeah, I have to say, like, Gal Gadot, like, usually she's so good at acting in every role, but Death on the Nile, first of all, it seemed like the setup to a cheap porno most of the time. I really don't know what went wrong with that one, and I think that maybe right now they are trying to get a hate wave and write that, or they are like yeah, nothing can happen to me because it's Agatha Christie and stupid people are always going to watch that. And in this case, I am stupid people and they would be totally right. Honestly, imagine I used to buy those books for 10 euros a piece, but I also know that the prices have gone up for like 2 or 3 years and I've been buying them for 12 euros each, and I can't buy them secondhand because, you know, there's this thing called collector's mentality, which usually I'm not privy to, but this time, because I loved the new covers from Atlantic a lot, I started buying all of those editions, and now I have to keep buying those editions, and I can't often buy them secondhand because at least on the platform I use, it's not stated which edition it is. Yay! Honestly, let's do this quickly because this is going to kill me. They do it with mirrors. I actually read up on this yesterday and I still don't understand it. I remember liking it, but because I can't remember a thing, this is going to be mid. After the funeral should be the wax flower bouquet in German, and I really like that one. I have to move myself because I think actually I'm gonna put it in She Killed It because yeah, you can't tell me stuff, I'm just gonna put it there. The next one is A Murder is Announced. That's another Miss Marple one, and I think this one was okay. I think this one was pretty good, so yeah, now I moved for a purpose. I'm gonna put it into Minor Slay. Next up. Oh no, I'm stupid. You remember when I told you that Hickory Dickory Dock was the buckle shoes? It really wasn't, because Want to Buckle My Shoe was that one. So, Hickory Dickory Dock, you have to go back there, and I'm gonna put this one in here, and now I'll have to see what Hickory Dickory Dock is. In German it's the kleptomaniac, but that means it can also go in there because I remember that being quite good. Next up is Dead Man's Folly, and I really love the German title for this because it's like murder with mixed roles. It sounds a lot cooler in German, which doesn't often happen. So yeah, I like this one. This is also minor slay. Listen, the minor slay category is really minor slaying. Or actually, I'm gonna be that one. Even though this is an Ariadne Oliver mystery, which I usually don't like, but this one was quite good. Oh, this one, it's curtain. This is jail. Not for any, like homophobic or anything reason, like no ism in here as far as I can remember. It's just the one where Poirot dies and I don't like it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Dumb Witness is a She Killed It contender. It's really, really good. Read that one too. Third Girl is a She Killed It contender because I really don't like it, and the screen adaptations are also really depressing. Then They Came to Baghdad. I loved this one when I read it. Problem is, the depiction of like the local people in there is great. I'm gonna say that straight away. I really like the story, but like the setting and some of the characterizations are literally jail. So take this with a big grain of, like a rock of salt. The next one is Cat Among the Pigeons, which was good. I liked it. I thought there would be like another lesbian incident in this one, but there wasn't. Even though I'm pretty sure that there was a lesbian in there, wasn't there? Maybe. I always seem to remember that there used to be one Poirot story where like a lesbian teacher falls in love with a student and then kills her. And I thought it was Cat Among the Pigeons, but then I read it earlier this year and it wasn't that. Let's move on to 3-Act Tragedy. I remember liking this one especially because the setup of being like 3 acts paid off. because it was very fun to see, like, from a story structure point of view. I found this to be very interesting, so it goes in there. This one is Cards on the Table. I don't remember, which makes this just mid. Bertram's Hotel, I hated this one. This was really bad, so yeah, she killed it in a bad way once again. This one is Appointment with Death, which I liked. I think, actually, this is a very short one. I think it's only 180 pages or something like that. I really liked it the first time I read it. And what do we have here? We have Lord Edgware dies again. Well. Who put it in here twice? You can go to jail again. Honestly, so much anti-Semitism in here. Just stay in jail twice. Just do double the time. The last one is The Secret of Chimneys, which will have to go into just mid. And there's also like a man, which, like, red flag, what do you mean a man in a book? No, there's a man who seems to be the killer, but he isn't, and they fall in love or something, but he's like a rogue one, like a rowdy. With that, you can see what I rated everything. I think that's the best you're gonna get. I'm gonna try to put this camera away. Boop. Now you can see. This is my final ranking. And honestly, I expected there to be more inmates in my jail cell. And again, that might just be because I don't remember anything about some of those books, especially those in the just mid-tier. There's a lot in Minor Slay, and she killed it. I have to say, I'm proud of Agatha, me as her biggest hater and also a person who spends way too much on her books. You go, girl. You did it. You wrote some good books.